Climbing Mount Everest sucks. Like it's just a horrible experience until like the last 20 minutes before summiting, and then like 10 minutes after summiting. Yo guys! Yesterday we reacted to Ryan's biggest mistakes on his first ever summit of Mount Everest. He is going back to Mount Everest this March, a couple months ago. He just dropped the first video from that series. Climbing Mount Everest, no oxygen. This is a part 1, day 1. Let's have a little look.
It is day 1 of attempting to climb Mount Everest without the use of supplemental oxygen.
Let's see if he learned. For you guys, it was yesterday, but I just watched the video where he was discussing what he learned and his mistakes. So let's see if he learned from them.
We're back here, surrounded by these beautiful mountains in Mount Everest Base Camp. I was here 2 years ago for when I did
The most important change, less fiber.
Climb Mount Everest with the use of supplemental oxygen, and it feels good to be back. This is gonna be home for the next 50 days. We're gonna be here a long time.
What?
It's gonna be an amazing journey, an awesome expedition.
Wait, he's still there then probably. It takes 50 days to do this? I thought it was like 1 week. Like you walk to our base station, stay there for a day, walk next camp, stay there, walk next camp, stay there. I think it was like maybe like 5 days up and like 3 days down or something. Maximum 50 days. Wow.
Just seeing what the body's capable of, what it can do, what our limits are. It's gonna be sweet and super fun. We are currently in the base camp here, and our plan is to do a big hike all the way around here. And we got this giga peak named Pumori right here. And a common way to get higher in altitude, acclimatize, get your body to adjust to the altitude, is to stay at one of the high camps. So that's all the way up here. So that's gonna be our objective tip for today, is to hike all the way up there. And that's just gonna give us a clear shot of Everest summit. But yeah, look at this. All of the locals here who are building the base camp for
just on the rocks, man.
Several hundred, maybe even thousands of climbers to come. It's a lot going on over here. And this is our current home. Look at this. Justin and I are sharing this tent. We got this amazing view of—
Oh, they're like sponsored. What the hell? 14 peaks. They're like sponsored. They don't just have like a random little tent. They have like a fucking whole ass little village.
The objective behind it.
This is serious.
It's not actually this messy, guys. I swear we're not this unemployed and messy with our belongings. Hey neighbor, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
You ready to catch some vert? Acclimatize?
Pumori High Camp.
Pumori High Camp. Let's get ready. Alrighty, so we're all packed up. Got all sorts of climbing gear just in case we need it. We're not really sure what the terrain we're gonna get into today is gonna be like. All we're just trying to do is get higher up in elevation. So we got our big boots, ice axe, helmets on for mom. And honestly, it isn't too heavy. It feels pretty good. Yeah, it shouldn't be too long of a day.
I can already tell he learned. I can already tell he learned from his last trip. This is a UV hoodie, and he has the face covering ready to pull up. Like I can tell he's serious about covering his face this time.
It's gonna be beautiful though, walking along.
Only difference I would make, put these shoes down here instead. Keep the weight low.
Along the Khumbu Glacier. Very interesting. Basically, it's
what
just
do
always
I know?
snowing up on top of Everest. All that snow compounds into the Khumbu icefall, and that glacier has just carved out the valley and goes on for a long time. Of course, in the recent decades, because of global warming, the glacier is unfortunately melting, but still very pretty to admire and walk alongside. The objective for today is to adjust to higher altitudes by moving from Mount Everest Base Camp to a nearby peak's high camp. The reason we can't just start climbing Everest to get higher is because the Sherpas have not finished fixing ropes and placing ladders through the Khumbu icefall, which is the very first part of the route.
That's crazy though. It's crazy how we're watching this guy be like, oh, we're acclimating, whatever. Right now, while this guy's doing this like camping and sleeping, there's people on Mount Everest literally making the path, laying the path, making a trail for them. That's crazy. When are we getting Sherpa POV? I want Sherpa POV. I want the POV of one of these guys actually making the route, like doing that's the hard part. They're doing the hardest part of anyone summiting. They're summiting without any kind of lines.
We've also gone to base camp weeks before any other climbers, so this is our way of taking full advantage of the extra time we have.
Okay, good.
Are you excited for Everest season?
Good, yeah.
Excited?
Yeah.
What is your name?
I'm Naga from Kumjung.
Naga from Kumjung.
Kumjung, yes, about Namche Bazaar.
Nice.
Nice. Are you just setting up base camp or will you be climbing?
I will be this time in the drone.
Oh, drone.
Drone?
Drone, yeah.
Flying?
Yeah.
Whoa, flying drones to pick up trash?
Yes. Pick up trash.
Oh, shit.
He's gonna be flying
Okay.
drones from base camp and they're picking up trash and all sorts of stuff with the drones. Because usually you could send somebody up through the icefall to go get the trash, but every time you walk through the Khumbu icefall, you're kind of rolling the dice. So if you can
It's
just fly
dangerous,
above
very
it, it's
dangerous.
a lot better. This is
Very
going to be
dangerous.
some of the most populated area
That's interesting though.
of base camp. You got some of the
Because helicopters, you can't fly a helicopter up there. There isn't enough air for helicopters to fly that high. You can't fly a helicopter up to Mount Everest. The air is like literally too thin for the helicopters to even get there. But I guess the drones can get there, or can at least somewhat. They're close to it.
the highest volume companies up here. Heck nah. No way we're getting trench foot like this early season. Look at it, we got waterfalls right
They're
here.
pissing.
It's too
That's a
warm.
toilet.
Dang, dude, this is insane. This was not like this 2 years.
No, but genuinely, why are they keeping their boots so high up on the backpacks? I learned that you want to keep the weight like close to bottom. You don't want to be top heavy. It's like, why are the boots up here instead of just hanging down here?
Years ago, you did not just have giant
there actual reason?
pools of
Leave in
water.
the comments below.
Oh, it's so sad. This is a straight up lagoon. Oh, that would be a fun ice climb right above the lagoon.
Deep water soloing.
Good meme, good meme. I'm actually pretty stunned about this. This is way worse than it was even like when we were rolling in here the other day. So when Justin and I were walking in here yesterday, we saw all these dudes. They're just chopping out ice to make more platforms for these tents. So I imagine this whole like hill right here was going into these, and they've literally chopped out all this ice. And if you're all wondering how this gets up here, it can either be brought up by porters who just lug it up on their back, yaks, or helicopters. So with enough trips and people, you can get yourself a full-on camp. This is, I've never seen this
A straight
before.
up city. A whole ass
homies.
city.
Homie's got a sprinkler. They got a
Wait,
green
what?
tube that comes all the way up through here, goes through here, and it's just being yeeted out
Wait, what?
through the sprinkler. What are they trying to drain
What's
it?
happening right now?
There's no way they can do that, can they?
Yeah.
With that little
There's no way. It's just
Tube,
gonna
no
keep
way.
melting. Now here we
It's gonna
have
take
some of the
10 years.
yaks that I was talking about that are bringing up all sorts of gear. All right, we have made it out of base camp, or to the entrance of it. You can see there's the iconic base camp rock right there. Everybody's taking photos with. Yeah, goodbye base camp. We'll be back in a few days.
That's at 5,364 meters. So for all the Warfinder gamers in chat, you can't get your helicopter above like 5,000 maximum as a reach. That's so tall. Like you're gonna hover around 3,000 meters maximum. They're walking at 5.4 right now.
Now
Holy shit.
we're heading to Pumori High Camp. What we're thinking is if we can maybe camp all the way up here, that's like 5,900 meters. It would be a new high sleeping point, or right here, one or the other. Either way, we're just gonna get up this big rock. It's gonna be a lot of scree, dirt, and snow. It's gonna be kind of epic, actually, epic quest. And then we're just gonna have like the best view. Oh, okay, now we can see the summit of Everest. Massive lenticular cloud over it. Look at that thing.
So now we had traversed across the entirety of Everest Base Camp, which literally stretches over a mile long. And from here, we're gonna have to work up for a few hours until we get to Pumori High Camp.
Now Everest Base Camp looking like a distant city. Now it looks like we're gonna have a fun time on a lot of scree, loose rock, up until we get to our campsite up there. A week or so before I flew out to Nepal, I had an abscess in my throat drained, which is like an infected
Well, don't you love
pocket of
that? I
pus.
want to get nasty. Turn
So
away.
my training got stunted and it's still really bothering me. Just trying.
I really like this though. He's actually wearing his face covering. As we saw on the last video yesterday. Holy moly. His entire face was scabbing.
To heal, but
Good for him.
nothing
He learned
really
his
heals
lesson.
that well
Good for him.
at 17,000 feet.
It's all right. We're bouncing back.
Yeah, we're gonna do our best, and if we gotta drop lower in altitude to repair our bodies, we shall. No more complaining,
What?
bro. Let's just climb.
We're just
They don't want to hear any of that. They just want to see us summit. But for those who don't know, we got Justin Sackett here, founder of Skyline. Hey, no, founder of Skyline Mountain Guides. Now you can show your handsome face.
Yo.
If you want to get into mountaineering, you should go look into Skyline Mountain Guides. They got the best guides on the planet. I forgot my trekking pole. Darn it. Getting higher and higher. But this is
He's always
some
jealous.
difficult terrain
His friend with the
to
trekking pole.
navigate through. As you can see, we've just come up all of these boulders, which requires some big steps. We're getting some nice views. As you can see, the entire Khumbu Glacier
It looks so
just
rough.
compressed,
Like all the
snow and
rocks
ice,
are so jagged.
stretching all the way
I wonder
down
why
the
it is.
valley. Yeah, leaving
Like,
the
why are all
trekking
these
pole,
rocks so jagged?
massive mistake.
Oh, careful. Watch your ankles. Imagine like rolling your ankle like days before.
Taking ground
Starting the
out
Mount
here.
Everest climb.
Very important. As we go up higher in altitude, we eat and we drink water. It's going to enable our body to recover, adjust to the altitude, so we get to eat all we want, basically. What are you most excited for
Let's
about
fight, bro.
climbing Mount Everest?
Ooh, the final summit ridge for sure.
Yeah, he's talking about all.
But I feel like climbing Mount Everest sucks. Like it's just a horrible experience until like the last 20 minutes before summiting, and then like 10 minutes after summiting. Then it just sucks all the way down. It sucks all the way up. So that's what I feel like this
Way
Mount
to
Everest
top.
is.
I'm gonna try to enjoy every moment.
Yeah.
If I have the brain cells to do so.
It's gonna be difficult to enjoy it up there. You're gonna be like, duh.
Everything hurts.
Why do I not remember anything? I don't think my brain's working. Back into the boulder zone. And as you can see, just gonna keep navigating our way through. And now, where we would potentially camp is in the clouds, but soon we're gonna get to the base of this big
wow.
hill. It's gonna get pretty steep.
In one day,
Yes,
it's so
we don't want
high.
to go too fast. Want to go at a good pace so we don't wear ourselves out. We're working up this rocky ridge, and then it just kind of molds
Everyone has
into
issues,
the
by the way.
big hill we're gonna take up to the high camp. It's a lot
Pretty much.
windier and cold than I think either of us thought it would be today. Look at that view of Lhotse opening up. 4th highest mountain.
Because we are at the end of a valley, winds can get pretty strong, and since we're higher up in elevation now, it was beginning to get pretty cold. Fortunately, we had taken most of the distance, and now we just needed to chug up this last slope before reaching our campsite for the night.
It's kind of crazy that there's still some vegetation all the way up here. Okay,
I did a mountain climb with my school, with like a mountain trek. For any Norwegians there, it was on Hardangervidda. You reach the tree line. There is a thing on mountains. It's called the tree line. You notice there. You can probably guess what it is. But he knows there's no trees. There's no trees at all. The tree line just happens. And after that, there's literally no more trees. So it was such a weird experience. We walked up the mountain and like close close to the summit, suddenly there were just no more trees. It was just the grass and the moss. There was there's zero trees. So anyways, the tree line is 1,300 meters. It's way below anywhere they are, but you'll notice it's literally like a line on the mountain where there are no more trees. And it's just like moss and grass after that and bushes. Maybe some bushes.
Base camp has been hidden behind this huge ridge this whole time, but pretty much our camp is like all the way over there. Starts right there. Base camp ends all the way over here. That's wild. We have now been consumed by the darkness. It's gonna start getting a lot
look like
colder.
darkness.
We're getting up there now into some much more snowier terrain, so I'm gonna make sure to watch our step. Once we get to the top of this right here, there should be a nice flat spot. Yeah, we've ventured all the way up. That was that ridge all the way down there. Amazing view of base camp. And dang, now we got a legendary view of Everest.
Beautiful.
Lhotse
Is that Everest right there? No.
and Nuptse. You can kind of see they're actually called the Triple Crown.
Is it?
Because you got one top of the crown, the other top of the crown, and then Lhotse. Beautiful.
No, wait. Is it Everest? Because you go up. There's the ice path, right? The ice pass. Is that Everest right there?
Okay. Beautiful.
I think it is.
Slippery rocks here.
Slippery rocks.
Alrighty. We've arrived at a
So this
high
guy's in the
camp.
red kit.
Let's
Holy
make this. We're gonna set up the bivvy.
Let's go.
Honestly though, this is sick. Like I actually would like to stay at the camp here one night.
Dude,
Because this is insane. What a great spot. Oh,
dry ground.
the sunset. Hopefully we get some color. The sunrise. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. And now we're at, 18,500 feet. That'll be good for tonight. It'll allow us to sleep a bit higher in altitude. And then tomorrow we'll have some fun climbing to do as we see what it's like getting up to those white rocks. Really just adventuring. Yeah, dude, that's insane.
Dude,
that where you're
they're
planning?
like they're literally do like one like mini summit. They're doing this one mini summit here, then they're gonna go all the way back down to base camp. Then they're gonna do Mount Everest. They're like warming up with this like a mini camp.
Ice falls
Mini
That
thingy.
icefall is crazy.
Crazy.
I also wanted to mention quick before we set up camp that it costs $90,000 for Justin and I to climb Everest this year.
Dude, I was just about to say, who the f is paying for this? He's 21 years old. He was already summiting Everest at 19. Is he like some rich ass baby? What's going on?
Which is a lot of money. And if we didn't have the sponsors for this whole series, then wouldn't be possible at all. To set up our tent, we have one of the most
Wait, it's a sponsor. I thought it was a sponsor.
sponsors I actually genuinely endorse. North Face, I wear their stuff all the time.
The North
I'm also
Face.
filming this
You know what?
entire
That's a
series
sponsor
on
I
the
can
new
agree with.
GoPro. It is the GoPro Mission 1 Pro. It is literally a cinematic grade camera. As you can see, I am in the cold environments recording 4K right now. It can shoot up to 8K. It is GoPro's best product yet. We're gonna set up our tent. We have one of the most lightweight, smallest tents that's also durable that you can find on the market.
As a reminder, he didn't say it yet, but if you guys remember yesterday, they're sharing a sleeping bag. It's a shared sleeping bag. I love that.
Central, like that.
Then boys,
Look
are
at this. This is
docking
unreal. With the triple
for
crown in
Mount
the
Everest.
back.
Come
Respect.
on, baby.
We got the very lightweight, small tents.
Well, some of you guys know the way these tents work. By the way, the tent only has one job: keep the snow and wind out. Like this is literally just like a paper thin film that's windproof and rainproof. This doesn't heat you up at all. The most important part of this whole setup is the sleeping
Basically,
bag.
we just put the poles through, and then to keep it attached to the mountain, we thread rocks through these pieces of cord. And it shouldn't be too windy, so those should be able to hold, and we'll be nice and cozy inside. But yeah, this thing is sweet. We even got a vestibule. We never have
It's a
vestibules.
vestibule.
Living large.
Living freaking large as heck. Look at in there. That's our home for the
It
night.
looks so sad.
It's pretty confined and
It looks
tight.
so
That means
sad.
it'll be extra warm. Just Just big enough for 2 grubs. So this is the hardest part of setting up camp when you get there. Blowing up your inflatable pad so you're not just sleeping on a rock.
No, but can't you, like, we are watching our weight, yes. But I think you can buy one of those little electric air pumps. That's literally like 100 grams maximum. They just plug on, they just, you know.
It's always...
Or one of those, what's it called? One of those, you know, those tubes that you like, what's it called? You like get air into them and you push it in without ever having to like do the actual breathing. This seems like amateur mistakes. This seems like an amateur mistake.
Brutal.
This is not it, man. This is
Alrighty,
not it.
clouds are starting to roll in, but fortunately, we are getting into our warm tent. We just got our massive sleeping bags right there. Justin's pad is there. My pad is there.
They're not sharing sleeping bags. With yesterday's video, he literally said, me and my partner is sharing sleeping bags.
We got the fuel heating
Wow,
up
lion to
the
deluxe.
pots. We're just gonna put some snow in until we got a nice boiling hot cup of water.
It's a little kitchen.
Did you guys know? You don't get the worms from eating snow. That's a urban myth.
Well, we got the hot water and the dehydrated meals. And we've now realized we don't have our spoons. We somehow both forgot our spoons.
Classic. I'm going rock spoon.
Do you have it on you? Your rock? Guy is going to use this as spoon.
Yeah, dude, you kidding me?
Fucking rock spoon. Okay,
That is going to do it for day 1 of climbing Mount Everest without supplemental oxygen. We're just going to try to get some good Z's tonight, chilling in the tent, getting our last bit of water now. But anyways, tomorrow's going to be a fun one. We're going to venture out further, get more acclimatized, and see what it brings. So thank you all for watching. Go follow Justin. He's in the description. Goodbye.
Thank you for watching as always. Come back very soon for the next day.